Guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back for another ranking video. Today I'm going to take a look at all 18 studio albums from Tankard, one of the German big four of Toutonic Thrash, Kreator, Sodom Destruction, and of course Tankard. We'll talk about all 18 studio albums. These guys have been around since 1982, first studio album in 86. I personally have been into thrash since, let's say 1985, but didn't really get into the German Big Four till later on in life. Tankard is probably the one that overall I've spent the least time with, but I have still spent a ton of time, especially over the past, let's say, 3 years. And now, thanks to two recent reissues on Reaper Entertainment, I have all 18 of their studio albums to complete the discography. I am a bit of a completist, especially when it comes to these thrash bands. I kind of want to go through the ups and downs and things like that, but I've definitely taken my time with these. When I get into a band that has this large of a discography, I don't like to listen to it all in one big pile, and then it just starts blending into one another. You don't know what's what. I'm sure you know the feeling, but that's why I like to do ranking videos and watch them too, because I can kind of get somebody else's perspective on maybe where to start with a band, where not to start with a band, but you could have a completely different opinion. So as far if you know the band Tankard, let me know in the comments, what would be your top, 5, whatever. But one thing I will say, these guys are way more than a beer party band. I mean, that would be like saying Running Wild is just a pirate band. That's complete bullshit. There's so much more to these bands, and I'm here today to maybe help you along with Tankard. Fun band, but they tackle lots of stuff like war, political issues, poverty, relationship stuff. And yeah, there's the customary couple, 1 or 2 beer songs per album or so. Maybe a few cover songs, and maybe 4 or 5 cover songs throughout the 18 albums, which isn't bad. Even some of this artwork could be misleading of what's inside. So let's go through them as per my ranking videos. Maybe we'll touch on some lineup changes or some members, some production, a couple key tracks, what year it came out, and let's get started. 18 studio albums, so it's quite a pile. Here is one of the recent reissues that helped me complete the discography. So coming in at number 18 is their 9th studio album from 2000. This is Kings of Beer. So this is the updated artwork. It's fantastic. If you can see in the clouds, it says Bomber 1968 to 2016. So this fella is a good friend of the band who passed away in 2016. I think his real name is Stefan. But here's the original artwork. So that's cool that Reaper did this. You just flip it over, and here's the original artwork. There's Bomber. And there's the updated artwork. Very cool. Love Tankard's logo. That's one thing you will see, excuse me, throughout all these studio albums is the consistent logo, which I love. All the German Big Four. I mean, I love all the logos. Kreator, Destruction, Sodom, all very cool. But this one coming in at number 18, first album to feature their, I shouldn't say new guitar player, because Andy Guitar has been with the band now 10 albums, and he's still in the band to this day. But this is the first one, so he didn't quite get his stamp on everything yet. But there's some cool tracks to check out. I'll name at least 2 here. Opening track, Flirting with Disaster, check that one out. And where is it? Land of the Free, check that out also. So that's number 18. Moving along, number 17. And like I said, some of these covers are misleading, but there's some good shit inside here. But coming in at number 17 is their 14th studio album. This is Volume 14, came out in 2010 via AFM Records. These guys started off on Noise Records for 7 albums, which is kind of how I got started with the first. Actually, it was a kind of a compilation of their Noise years on a 2-disc set, which was awesome. That's a good starter. I forget what it's called, but then I picked up the box set for 1,000 Beers. But then they went over to Century Media for a couple albums. They jumped over to AFM Records, a few on Nuclear Blast, and now they found a really good home with Reaper Entertainment, which has done those reissues. Here's the back cover on here. Let me just pull these out so there's not the glare. So volume 14 coming in at number 17. Couple tracks to check out on here. Rules for Fools, for sure, check that one out. And where is it? Brain Piercing of Death. This is kind of hard to read on the back here, but just a couple tracks to check out. So that one is number 17. Coming in at number 16, and I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming this is Bomber on this cover too. So coming in at number 16, 13th overall studio album from 2008 called Thirst. You know, a little bit of a comedic element with, you know, the cartoonish or, you know, cartoonish type of cover. Next Pub, 666 kilometers. Flip it over. Opening track, fantastic. Octane Warriors. What else do we have on this one? Echoes of Fear, check that track out too. And then there's some serious, like I said, serious issues. Like there's a song on here, When Daddy Comes to Play, which you can fill in the blanks on those type of lyrics. But and then there's some fun stuff too, like Sexy Feet Under, that wraps up this album. But yeah, there it is, number, what did we say, number 16. Coming in at number 15 is Disco Destroyer, 8th overall studio album. And here's that awesome updated artwork on this, and I will show you the original, but here's one of the space alien type of character that is on quite a few of these album covers. But I just love this updated artwork, because if you see the original, which I'll show you in a second, it's just crap. So what did I say? This is their 15th. This is number 15, but here's the original cover. Disco Destroyer. This one came out in 1998. So that 98 to 98, 2000 period was a little bit rough. They just did the 2 albums with on Century Media. And this is the last to feature one of their original guitar players, Andy. Long-term members, I should mention, Andreas Jeremiah, or just Gare as he's known, and Frank Thornworth. He is the bass player. They have been there since the beginning. A few other lineup changes here and there, but over the past, I don't know, 8 or 9 albums, it's been a really steady band. Their longtime drummer left only probably the past year, and they got actually a new drummer from, which band was he in? I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, here's Disco Destroyer coming in at number 15. Now this is surprisingly really good. There's some great tracks on here, but a couple, and those couple that I want to name is Planet-Wide Suicide. Yeah, not the greatest theme, but it is an awesome song. URB, great song. Where is it? Away, Face the Enemy, and even the title track, Disco Destroyer. I think this one, I wouldn't know why it would be at the bottom of anybody's ranking. I really enjoy this one, but there is some, like I said, underrated tracks on here. Check it out. But love this artwork, this updated artwork for Disco Destroyer. Go over it. You can still pick those up on Reaper Entertainment or wherever you shop, Amazon, eBay, whatever. Okay, moving along. Number 14, part of the Noise 1,000 Beers package. So I have this one on vinyl. This is their 5th studio album from 1992. This is called Stone Cold Sober. A lot of cool artwork on here. On this one, okay, here's the band shot. Actually, here's Gare. Where's Frank? Frank is here. His hair has been short for quite a few years now. And then these guys are no longer in the band. But tracks to check out for sure. Well, one track probably not to check out is a Jay Giles band cover song of Centerfold. I love the original of that, but it's not the best on here. But maybe record label pressure, who knows. But opening track is awesome. Jurisdiction, Broken Image, the title track, Stone Cold Sober. So there is, what do you say, number 14, Stone Cold Sober. Coming in at number 13 is their 10th overall studio album from 2002. And first on AFM Records, this is B-Day. So 20th anniversary too, so that's probably where part of the title comes from. B-Day, and I don't know if this is kind of part of the King of Beers theme, you know, that same character, but big birthday cake in front, and you got your space alien character here. So, and 20th on the actual beer mugs or tankard. Let me pull that out for a better shot. Yeah, this one's really a fun album too. Where is it? Rectifier. Check out that track. Awesome. And then there's, like I said, there is the beer theme stuff. Need more money for beer. But then there's, oh, yeah, another one here too. New Liver, Please. So some of the albums are, you know, not as balanced and more of the beer themes, things like that. But Rundown Quarter, that would be another great track to check out too. So that is number, what do we say? Number 13, B-Day. Coming in at number 12 is their 6th overall studio album from 1994. And last to feature Axel Katzman on guitar. This is Two-Faced. And there's the back cover. This one has some awesome tracks. Death Penalty. This one is more of a heavier vibe throughout the whole thing. Still got the thrash elements, but it's just more of a darker theme, even than the lyrics. Betrayed, Nation Over Nation, you know, a lot of political stuff. Up From Zero, and of course, Two-Faced, the title track. But there is number, what do we say, number 12, Two-Faced from 1994. Coming in at number 11. Now this kind of got everybody on the cover. So The Meaning of Life. This is their 4th overall studio album from 1990. You know, you got the Pope and this Mad Scientist from a couple of their album covers, I believe, overall. And looks like Mike Tyson. Well, I'm pretty sure it is. But here is my number 11. Now, tracks to check out on this. Open All Night. That is a great track. And then you got, again, the Bermuda, like Bermuda, but Bermuda. Space Beer is on here, but there's other great tracks too. We Are Us and The Meaning of Life. So there is number 11. Yes, number 11, coming in at number 11, 4th overall studio album. All right, moving right along. Let me get a quick drink. Coming in at number 10, their 11th studio album from 2004. This one's called Beast of Bourbon. And then we got, of course, you got kind of an alcohol-themed title again. Some great artwork, great production on this album too. There's some of these mid to newer ones, just solid production. The drumming is just, what is his name? I think it's Olaf Zitzel. He's fantastic. If that is I'm pretty sure that is who I'm referring to. Anyways, check out these tracks. Under Friendly Fire, awesome. Die with a Beer in Your Hand. Yeah, I understand the title, but the track just crushes. And Fistful of Love, Alien Revenge, just overall a really good album, well deserving of the 10th spot. Coming in at number 9 is one of their newer, what I would call their newer albums, and well, past 10 years actually. So this is their 16th album from 2014. This is R.I.B. or Rest in Beer, with kind of got that Mad Scientist on the cover here. So this is their, I think, second or was this the last? No, this might be their mid-album on Nuclear Blast, but there's some great tracks on this one too. I will tell you which one to check out. War Cry, awesome track. One of my favorites on here is Riders of the Doom, great track. And Breakfast for Champions, I mean, kind of beer related on that one too. But Enemy of Order, there's another great track too. And, you know, some serious themes once you start digging into the lyrics. But there is number 9, Rest in Beer, or R.I.B. Coming in at number 8. And now this is supposed to be I think the sister of the King of Beer or Kings of Beer. But this is coming in at number 8 is the 15th overall studio album, A Girl Called Cerveza. Very Cerveza, Carmela Conchita, 06/06/66, arrested. It's got the date on there, and the reason was beer theft. So again, with the kind of the beer thing, but there's, again, I will just keep repeating myself. There's some great tracks on here, which I'll name some of my non-beer favorites, but here is A Girl Called Cerveza. This is their first album on Nuclear Blast. They only were on Nuclear Blast for 3 albums, and I think that is the first one, and RIB was the second. But yeah, check out Rapid Fire, the opening track, awesome. And the title track, A Girl Called Cerveza. Fast-paced, great riffs, great solos. The drumming and the bass throughout these albums, these newer, what I said, the newer ones, these past 10 years are just fantastic. Great production. There is also, actually my least favorite track on here is called The Metal Ladyboy, which features Doro Pesh, but not terrible song, but it's my least favorite. Another one, check out Son of a Fridge. Cool track too. So there it is, number 8. Yes, number 8, 15th album from 2012. What else we got? Number 7. Here's number 7. So this is where it all started, 1986. Not where it all started, but their first studio album is Zombie Attack. So throughout quite a few, there's some, definitely what separates Tankard, part of what separates Tankard from other, from Kreator and other bands like that, is they have a lot of punky elements throughout several of their albums, or several of their songs. It's not all full-on punk, but there's definitely punky elements, and there is quite a bit of on Zombie Attack. And if you know the band and you're into their earlier works or the noise years, Zombie Attack, Acid Death, great track. And then the awesome Empty Tankard, which they still play live till this day, and awesome. I have personally never got to see them live. I just live in the wrong country, I guess, but I would love to see them. Vocals by Gare, always top notch, and Frank's bass, and here's the original lineup with Andy, Oliver on drums, Frank on bass, and Axel on guitars too, and of course Gare on vocals. So there it is, Zombie Attack, coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is 12th overall studio album from 2006. This one, I actually had this one originally a little bit higher, but I listened to it probably 3 more full times, and it dropped a couple notches just on strength of overall songs, but still a great album to be at number 6, The Beauty and the Beer. Let me pull that out so you can have a quicker or a better look at the album cover and artwork. I think a lot of these are available on vinyl, but I think anything older on AFM records, you're definitely gonna pay the price for those. But The Beauty and the Beer, right off the bat, where is it? Isolation. Again, there's a lot of opening tracks that just get out there and just kick your ass. They're awesome. The title track, The Beauty and the, actually it's not quite the title track because this is Beauty and the Beer, but the song is called Beauty and the Beast. Awesome. Check that one out too. And Metal to Metal, check that track out too. There's the back cover. It looks like they got a little friend in the old hot tub. Nothing wrong with that. But there's Beauty and the Beer coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 5, this is one of their earlier albums, I guess. This is their 7th overall studio album. And last on Noise Records, and they were a 4-piece for 2 albums. This is one of them, and then was it Disco Destroyer? Or no, yeah, Disco Destroyer was also as a 4-piece, but here is The Tankard. Now this one's got a couple of my absolute favorite Tankard songs on it. And I think one of them they still play live, and that is Mines on the Moon. That is just a killer track. And one other one to check out for sure would be the track called Positive. Again, some deep lyrics on that one too, but what a great track, so catchy. But if you only check out one track on this one, Mine's on the Moon. It's one of those earworm songs that gets stuck in you just start singing it over and over. But there's number 5. Coming in at number 4. Now, you haven't seen a couple of their newer albums yet because they're still to come, and yes, they're that good. So here is, coming in at number 4 is their latest studio album from 2022 called Pavlov's Dogs. This one just kept growing and growing on me. I listened to this a ton. And actually, I think this one it definitely cracked my top 5 of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But I love the artwork. First on Reaper Entertainment. So there is not quite the current lineup, but got a new drummer in place. And he is from the band Holy Moses. That's it. I knew it would come back to me. His name is Jared or Gerd Lucking. He's now the drummer for Tankard, but let me just show you this gatefold. There's a better shot of these guys. Just having a blast, and yeah, there's so many great tracks on here. My favorite track on here is called Veins of Terror. So that's just one of those, observational songs. Just check out the lyrics on it. Awesome. They have the ability to add comedic spins on things, but still keep it serious, if you know what I'm saying. Diary of a Nihilist, another great song, very heavy. Memento, Metal Cash Machine, kind of on the cashing in of bands with all the t-shirts and backstage passes, and probably a bit of a shot at all these meet and greets, things like that. But yeah, there's my number 3. If you want, my number 4. If you want newer Tankard to check out, try Pavlov's Dogs. And my favorite of the newer stuff is right here. This one, one of my go-tos, coming in at number 3, 17th studio album, and last on Nuclear Blast, and then they went over to Reaper. This is One Foot in the Grave. Back cover is awesome. Just a great sense of humor. These guys don't take themselves too seriously. They do take their music seriously, but you know what? I'm sure they couldn't give a shit if they do things like this, and I love it. So One Foot in the Grave. Here's a better shot at the cover. You got your space alien on here too. Now, production wise, this is one of those ones, just top notch. Opening track, Pay to Pray. Arena of the True Lies. That one, if you just listen to the drumming on that, and it takes you through the whole track, it's just a 1-speed, top speed song for sure. Another great track, kind of crazy title, but Don't Bullshit Us. Try that track. And then there's some more serious stuff like Syrian Nightmare, Lock 'Em Up, Secret Order. That's another great song too. But coming in at number 3, One Foot in the Grave. Leaving 2, and these, when I get into these bands, like I said, later on in life, I've gravitated to some of their earlier work, like for example, Kreator. Some of their earlier work is my favorite. So same with these guys too. These have been my top 2 hasn't changed, since I've really got into Tankard. But coming in at number 2 is their 3rd studio album from 1988 called The Morning After. There's the back cover with some sketches of the band at that time. But in this one, I would say overall, there's some great tracks, but the whole album is good to me. That's I guess what I'm trying to say. But Commandments, great song. Shit-Faced, obviously you know what that's implying, but great track. TV Hero, Try Again. The title track, The Morning After, Desperation, Help Yourself. Just a fantastic album. Love the artwork. There is my number 2, The Morning After. Leaving only one more, and that is their 2nd album from 1987. you know, in the years where they were cracking off an album every year, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, probably right up till 90, I think. But here's my number one, Chemical Invasion. And, you know, people that I know who know this band, this is one of their favorites too. And I fully understand why. One of the coolest covers, probably one of my favorite album covers, period. I would say definitely top, whatever, 50, 100. But there's the back cover. Strong album throughout the whole thing too. Tantrum, Don't Panic, For 1,000 Beers, which that's where they got the title for that box set. The title track, Chemical Invasion, Kreator, Alcohol. Just a fun album. Speedy thrash, just, you know, awesome 87, did I say 87? 87 thrash. So if you want some earlier Tankard, check this out. And, you know, like I said, if you want some newer stuff, check out Pavlov's Dogs or One Foot in the Grave. You got a good mix. So hopefully this helps you if this is a band that you want to get into. If it's a band you're already into, throw it down in the comments. Let me know. Let me know at least your top 5. Let me know if you're going to check out some of these later ones. But there, like I said, there is more to these guys than just the beer and partying. That part, that's overrated. I'm kind of sick of hearing that stuff. I'd rather just dig into what's here. There's a ton of great stuff, like I said. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. Until next time, stay heavy.